Welcome to another Wednesday night edition here on the Rock Pile, and a special Wednesday night it is. Thanks for tuning in tonight as we go live every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. You can catch me live on Facebook, and if you're tuning in on YouTube tonight, I appreciate the followers there as well. It's an interactive show as always. If you have any questions or comments for the show tonight, you can put them in the comment box in Facebook, and you can also put some comments over in YouTube, and I'll try to bring as many comments over as I can tonight for the show. Follow me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter at The Rock Pile Show, as well as on Instagram at rcorliano23, and of course right here on Facebook and LinkedIn. I got a special guest in the green room. I'm going to bring him on in just a moment. Before I bring him on, I want to make sure I thank again Douglas Jonathan Leonard for last week from Whisk Baking Company for coming on. Dougie was great. I appreciate him taking the time, and make sure to check his place out right down in Utica. So the guest I'm going to bring on tonight is the business manager, and I'm not sure if we're going to have his sister Cheryl on or not. We're going to see here in just a moment. One of my new favorite places in upstate New York, the Simple Bar, Station 233, the Simple Bar in Westmoreland. So without further ado, let's see if I can bring Mike on now. Let's see. See if I can get this squared away. There's Mike. Can you hear me?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you tonight?
Good, thanks.
Good to have you. I'm excited to have you. And I got to tell you, I got a lot of messages this week from people that were excited to tune in. So you got a good following over there.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So let's get right down to it. I'm not sure if Cheryl was going to be able to join tonight or not. If she is, we'll bring her on live into the broadcast at any time tonight. And as I said, the show is interactive, so I'll try to bring over, Mike, as many questions and comments as we can here this evening. So I appreciate it.
Okay.
So why don't we start for our listeners and our viewers out there tonight? Tell us a little bit about the history of Station 233.
Well, this is something that I've been wanting to do for quite a long time. And I've had the idea in the back of my head. And me and my sister and my brother-in-law have been talking about it for a while. And then obviously with COVID-19 coming into play, it kicked it up a lot faster than we thought. They were they were doing the diner and all that stuff. And it was time for a change.
And I was telling you last night, I used to manage the Schwann's Depot, right across the street. So the team and I were always over at Seymour's Diner for breakfast, and the staff, everybody there always treated us like gold. But let's talk a little bit about, too, for our listeners, a little bit about yourself. How did you guys arrive at the Station 233, the name for the bar?
Well, it all started, I've been a firefighter for 30 years. I've always wanted to do a firefighter theme bar, and my man cave in my house was Station 33.
Oh, okay.
So that was my man cave in my house, and I didn't really want to take that number, so my sister came up with why we call it 233. It's on 233, so that'd be perfect. So that's how we came up with the name.
And I will say, I love the fire. I love the theme. I love the plot there. And I think the work that you guys did inside the building to kind of change it from that diner to the bar was awesome. Talk a little bit about that transition and that process.
Well, like I said, it happened pretty much during COVID. We finally decided to go with it. And my sister, my brother-in-law, and a few of my friends, we all kicked it in the butt and got it together, came up with the paint, and the outline of the inside, and you can see what it's there. I don't know if you have a picture of the wall that's been all wallpapered with all firefighter theme. And then the second room is like a railroad theme, because we're actually on the railroad tracks from back in the day in Westmoreland. So that's pretty much how we came up with everything and got the ball going.
And I know from being in there, my wife and I, we've been in there probably about a handful of times. And Your staff is great. The service was great. The food, obviously, we'll get into some of your menu items here in a little bit. But it's just a warm, fuzzy feeling that sometimes when you walk into certain bars, you just don't get that homey feeling. And your place over there, from the time you walk in, just the whole entire atmosphere makes you feel like at home.
I appreciate that.
And I would imagine, too, I have a man cave. It's not like this, but having a man cave at home and now having a man cave at the bar, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't get to spend too much time at the home one, but it's pretty much a larger style now.
Now, Mike, did you think once you're retired from, for being a firefighter, did you think was this the path you wanted to go? Was this always in the back of your mind of someday of starting a bar like this?
Absolutely. Yep. I have a full-time job also. I work for the town of Westmoreland Highway Department, and this is something I wanted to look into when I retired. A simple bar, and it's simple. Like you said, we'll talk about the menu here in a little while. And this is definitely the theme that I wanted. And
Mike, I've had a lot of business owners on, and some of them have been families and so forth. But the common theme is you got to be there. 7 days a week. If you're open 7 days, you got to be there from the time it opens till the time it closes. Is that kind of your routine? Are you there pretty much around the clock?
Nope. Me and my sister work well together. We alternate every other weekend, so we're not stuck there all the time. But 90%, either one of us are there, me or her.
And that's awesome, because you don't find that too often. And sometimes they always say that sometimes family in the business, you fight and you bicker, but in the end you're still family.
We've been fighting for 48 years. But it's all right when you fight with your best friend.
No, that's awesome. That's how I feel too with my sister. Her and I consider her a best friend. So you talked a little bit about the COVID, and obviously that's been a huge thing. And, for many business owners, especially new business owners looking to get into a business, probably not the greatest time to get into the business world right during COVID. How's it impacted you guys?
Well, to be honest with you, we opened to COVID. So we didn't, being a bar, we don't know what it's like to be super busy and have to downscale and back it down and open, redo everything. We opened it up. We did the social distancing. We, obviously you see our chairs and our tables. And so we opened to COVID. And I got to say, it's been excellent. People have been very good with social distancing, wearing their mask. It's been excellent.
Yeah, I always talk about, I'm up here in Rome, and a lot of the businesses this way, they talk about how strong the community's been and their support. And my dad coached football at Westmoreland for a long time back in the 80s and 90s. So I still have Westmoreland ties, and that community out there has been so supportive to see everybody, how close-knit family it is out there. That's something special too.
It is.
And it's a great town, great community. What was when you came up with the theme, were there other bars, not just locally, but just bars anywhere you were trying to say, well, they do it this way, we're going to do it, this way? Did you look at different bars for ideas?
No, not really. I just wanted to open a basic, simple bar, and just with a firefighter theme, nothing special, just. And obviously, we've been getting great support of donation of fire helmets, because we want to wrap the whole inside of it with helmets and stuff like that, and patches and this and that. And we're getting stuff from different police agencies to hang up. So, and a lot of people have been supporting us. But I never really went around and researched anybody else's bar, and I just wanted something basically where you could come in and enjoy yourself and have reasonable prices and a fun atmosphere.
Yeah, and that up that direction is booming up there. I mean, you got the Seven Hamlets Brewery right across the street.
Yeah.
They did a nice job there. But let's talk a little bit about, because you talk about the COVID piece, and like you said, which is a little unique compared to some of the businesses that I've had on, because a lot of them have been open for a long time. And when COVID hit, it's like, wow, they lost, 50% of their business. And you guys, like you said, you don't know what it's like to be too busy yet because you're opening up during the toughest time.
Right. Right.
Usually it's the other way around. Usually you don't get that.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
But the other unique thing that I like to talk about, I mean, obviously we're doing an interview like this, online, streaming it, social media. Social media nowadays has been so big, with different types of meetings. You got Twitter, you got Facebook, you got Instagram, you got LinkedIn. I mean, you name it, you have it. Has social media helped you guys out?
Oh, absolutely. One of our waitresses does our Facebook web page, and she does amazing at it. And that's huge. That's our biggest push right now, is our Facebook page.
Because back in the day when, you would put an ad in the, in the newspaper, but nowadays, as soon as you hit send or you post something on Facebook or all these other social media sites, it's like it gets out there to thousands and thousands of people, and
Yeah.
it's more effective.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable. That's pretty much our only advertising right now. Excuse me. We did a couple commercials on K-Rock, and then now this with you.
Yeah, no, I was pumped to have you. I got some feedback here. I want to bring some stuff over. Pat Pasalakwa says, can't wait to get over there for a few drinks. Thank you, so Pat. Let's see what else we got. Kristen says, Burt Seymour, Cheryl Seymour, Jessica Lee. Miss Kristen. Thank you, Kristen. You probably know Mr. Francis. Great place with great management. Pete says, can't wait to check out the place. Heard great things. So let's get into it, Mike. Talk about some of the special days you have, special nights you have throughout the week, if you can.
Yeah, we're open. The only day we're closed is Tuesdays. And we're open Mondays, every other day, 11 a.m. to midnight. And sometimes we stay a little bit later, but not too often. And Wednesdays, we have ladies' night, which is $4 signature drinks, 2-for-1 appetizers. Thursdays, our wing night, 60-cent chicken wings, eat-in only. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, excuse me, we have our special barbecue ribs. And Friday, we have our fish fry. And Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have our happy hour, 4 to 7, 2-for-1 drinks. And Sunday for football, we have $2 cans.
So really, I mean, you pick a night, you got a special, you got a fun night, no matter what night, somebody decides to come. What night's the more popular nights? The wing night, ladies' nights?
Definitely Thursday.
Thursday nights?
Thursday wing night is the most popular, and Friday for dinner is the most popular too. But Thursday's our best night by far.
Now, how did you guys arrive at some of the menu items, which we'll get into here in a second?
Well, when me and my sister sat down and talked about it, we didn't want no major, styling, I don't know what you want to call it, like restaurant food. We wanted to keep everything simple. Burgers, sandwiches, wings, finger foods. And that's how we kept it. There's enough restaurants around if you want to go sit down and have a nice dinner, I should say. But that's why we call it the Simple Bar. We want to stay simple.
You know what I like too, Mike? I like the fact that, some bars, they stay open till 2:00 in the morning, 1:30. And I always say nothing good happens after midnight. All the trouble that happens. I think it's great that you guys, you shut it down at midnight, but like you said, you stay open probably if you got some people in there. But I think that's huge because I think anything after that, you start getting into the wrong type of crew.
You're absolutely right. I think we've only had to stay twice, and that was maybe till 1:00. But normally we're cleaned up and out of there by midnight the latest.
And when you guys first opened, what were some of the early challenges for you guys?
Well, basically, getting people there and, and making sure they all complied with the mask, the COVID, the social distancing, making sure everybody respected it and just hoping.
And I'm going to pull over a few more comments here. The Big Believe 271 raffle there this Saturday.
That'll be there Saturday night. They'll be raffling off their golf cart at 8:00. They'll be pulling a winning ticket for their golf cart.
Good to know. I'll make sure I post that.
Raffle tickets there for sale. If anybody wants to stop in between now and Saturday, we'll have them there for sale.
So, Mike, let's go through some of the favorite menu items. Let's start, if we can, we'll go with some of the deli sandwiches first. Great list of sandwiches.
Yeah, we have our roast beef. We have our turkey deli sandwiches. And we have, I think it's like 6 different types of burgers, basically. And we have your appetizers. And we have the wings, all that stuff. But our best seller is what we call a ladder truck burger. It's a half-pound hamburger, bacon, 2 cheese sticks, 2 onion rings, topped with a beer battered cheese sauce.
Let me see. I think I got a picture of that on here.
There it is.
There it is. I had that in my notes. That's my favorite one you got. I like that one and the Bulldog.
And that's with our chips that we make there, yep.
Now, is a lot of the staff you have, is a lot of it family, friends?
Pretty much it all is.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yep.
Because I know how hard it is to find good help and, especially employees that you can trust. So to have family there is even better.
Yep. And the people that we hired, it's like a nice little, it is a nice little family. It's what it is. We've got great staff. Couldn't be any happier.
Now, how often, do you take a look to see, what are some of the popular items, what's selling, what's not selling before you make any changes? I know you haven't been open too long, but do you kind of think of different things outside the box with time?
As far as the food?
Yeah.
Yeah, like just this past Monday, now that the weather's changing, we're going to start doing lunch specials. Like Monday, we did a pot roast with mashed potatoes and carrots for lunch, and that sold right out. So we're going to eventually introduce soups, for lunch and dinner as the weather keeps turning. But I can promise you one thing, there won't be nothing fancy.
I think that, I think that's probably one of the reasons why I like your place so much, because really the title that, the simple bar, it is simple, but you know what? I think people try to overthink things sometimes. They try to be too fancy and you get too complicated, and it really, you oversimplify things.
Yeah, I agree.
And I mean, especially when you got all the different sports bars, and I mean, it's crazy.
It is.
So I got to ask you this then. So when you retired, you had this idea for starting a bar restaurant like this. Was it exactly how you pictured it?
Pretty much. I honestly, we're just getting so much support. I couldn't be any happier. And I don't know if you've been in there since the walls got done.
We were up there probably within the past month.
Okay, then you probably seen the wall with the whole firefighter theme.
Yeah. Yep.
I never expected something like that. McCraith Beverage approached me when we were opening and said, if you can come up with a bunch of pictures and email me them, we can put a wrap on your wall. They wrapped that whole wall for us. And I just found different pictures of stuff that happened in Westmoreland, you can see different things on there and some older pictures. And so then Tri-Valley Beverage in the little room there, like the conference room, they did that whole back wall for us with a railroad theme, which I never thought of something like that. But like I said, we're on the railroad. We're actually the eighth stop on the railroad. So that's pretty cool too. I never thought of that would happen.
Now we got a comment from Lisa that says, "Do you deliver?"
Not yet.
And Lisa, I know, lives in Rome, and that's where I'm at. I said, "Boy, that'd be nice. You someday you deliver. I can just have you come down if I'm too lazy to come out that way."
Yeah, right. Not yet. We don't know.
So how about some of the wraps? Because I know some of the wraps are popular. My favorite's the chicken wing wrap. I've had that numerous times.
We got
Talk about some of them.
We got the chicken wing wrap. We got the chicken Caesar wrap. And then we just have your regular grilled chicken wrap or fried chicken wrap. So we offer 3 or 4 different wraps.
And then I know the chicken wings are popular. You said the wing night. I love the everything sauce. I know you got a bunch of different kinds of sauce. I haven't really had the hot ones yet, but I know people have, and they said they are hot.
And the barbecue sauce is our homemade barbecue sauce also. We make that right in-house.
And how about some of the, the specialty sandwiches? I know you talked about a lot of the burgers, especially the ladder burger, but how about some of the specialty sandwiches?
Well, a couple of the burgers we bring pretty much over from when it was the diner, like the Bulldog burgers and all the other ones. You can pretty much build your own burger when you're there. Whatever you want on it, we'll put on it. So it's, like I said, it's simple.
Now, Mike, I know you mentioned the family too. So for people out there that remember Seymour's Diner.
Yeah.
Is that you, your sister, and the family that used to own that as well?
Yeah, my sister and her husband own the diner.
Okay.
And they're the same ones. Yep, with me on this project. Yep, same two. Burt Jr. and my sister Cheryl.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
Because again, I know the area up there. I think it was. I don't know if it was Burt, the dad, but I know he used to do all the work for us at Schwann's up there all the time.
He's across the street. He's the excavator.
Oh, he's a hard worker. I remember that.
Yeah, that's Burt.
Yep, hard worker. But so for the diner piece, was it the COVID piece that kind of shut the doors for the diner into the bar, or is it just time to say, you know what, let's try something different?
COVID pretty much hit it hard. We tried. I should say they did, with the family meal deals and all that. And it's tough. I mean, ordering breakfast for a family meal deal. I mean, and we're only open till 2:00, and they even gave every kid that came in there free lunch with any meal. So it was to the point where it just wasn't happening.
Right.
So it's time for a change, and it happened. We changed.
And hopefully once this COVID, goes away, hopefully it'll bring in more business for you guys. But what else can we expect down the road with you guys? Any changes, any more additions?
Well, we're going to have some music, and then we're going to have some outdoor activities. We're looking into probably a volleyball court out back. We want to do some cornhole tournaments and stuff like that, and have some live music. But again, we're going to keep it simple.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I actually think that my wife and I and another couple will be up there on Saturday, so I'll have to make sure I come over and say hi to you. I know that my wife likes coming up as well.
That'd be great.
But so the couple other things I wanted to ask you. So I always like to ask the question on all my shows is, we all have the people we look up to, people that have helped us out along the way. Do you have anybody like that that's helped you out along the way and throughout this journey?
Yeah, my sister Cheryl. Yeah, she's always been there for me. Now we're partners.
Yeah, and I think that's special because, like I said, it's, to be around family and to actually be in a business where you see each other, quite a bit. And, I always say you go through the ups and downs, and you said you've been fighting for over 40 years.
Oh, absolutely.
But to have a business like this during the toughest time really in the world is unbelievable.
It is.
Let me see. I got a couple other comments here. Oh, Lisa was asking the delivery people. Kristen says, great people. Yes, they are. So do you think if you had to do it all over, would you change anything?
Nope, not one thing.
Man, you're easy. I like that. Usually when I say that, people will say, well, if I had to do it all over again, I probably would have started it this way and, made these changes. But again, keep it simple. If it's working for you, don't change it. And I think the best part is you're doing it with family around you, which makes it even more special.
Yeah, it is. It's nice. It's fun.
And especially for you guys starting it now, is now you go into wintertime, you don't know what winter's going to bring. You missed out on really the hardest summertime.
Yeah.
Right. So
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting for you to see, once everything gets lifted and how much busier you're going to be. Because like you said, you don't have anything to compare it to.
No, I mean, we're hoping, the winter, we're on the snowmobile trail. So that'll be a helper.
Yep.
And like I said, we'll just, right now the support is excellent from the community and the public and everybody. And if anybody wants to display a firefighter helmet or patch, we're more welcome to hang them up for them. We've had a few people that actually had helmets from their parents or one of their loved ones that are hanging in their house, and they actually bring them to us to display.
Oh, that's neat.
Yep.
So how about any special events down the road when you can have over a certain capacity, parties, banquets, anything like that?
We want to have a grand opening, if we can ever get past this.
Right.
Because we really can't even have a grand opening because, you're restricted. And I hate to tell people they can't come in.
Right. And then I know some people that asked me to ask you about possibly down the road, any catering, for parties like that.
We're still doing some catering, but the most of it's going to be either pick up or drop offs. Any new catering that comes in.
Sure.
There won't be too much on-site catering no more.
And I got to bring, Joe says, again, if you want to just run down, he says, what are the hours?
Every day except for Tuesdays, 11 a.m. to midnight. We are closed on Tuesdays.
Closed on Tuesdays. Okay. And I got 4836 right on Route 233 in Westmoreland.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Now I was just looking to see if there's any more questions. Well, Mike, listen, I don't know if your sister was going to jump on with us or not. I know she was over at the bar, so we could see if maybe we get her on another time.
Yeah, that's a possibility. She said she was going to try if she could, or she was going to come over here, but she probably backed out on me.
Well, listen, what else you got? You got anything else you want to share with us?
No, just if anybody's around, stop in. And like I said, we're trying to help Believe 271 with their golf cart raffle. They're going to be drawing the ticket Saturday night at 8 o'clock. We have tickets at the bar. They're $5 a piece or 5 for $20. So stop in. That's a great cause, support. And come in, say hi, grab something to eat and drink.
No, that's great. And Aaron just put on here, been there twice. The food's amazing.
Thank you.
It is, Aaron. Very good. Well, listen, Mike, I appreciate it, man. I'll make sure Saturday when I'm in there, I'll make sure I introduce myself to you.
Appreciate it.
Have a drink in there.
All right. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Good luck. I'll see you the weekend.
Okay. Thank you.
You got it. So that was Mike Johnson, the business owner of Station 233, the Simple Bar. His sister Cheryl is the owner. Great family, the Seymours out there in Westmoreland. And that place, if you have not been there, I highly, highly recommend it. My wife and I have been there, 2 or 3 times. Food's fantastic. The service is great. The drinks are great. But when I mean the atmosphere when you walk in there, it feels like home. And I think that's what's cool about it. And when he says, now I definitely get it. Station 233, the simple bar. If Mike's not as simple as it possibly comes, I don't know what is. And now I truly understand it. And you know what? Sometimes, and I'll be talking about this week on the Rockpile Business Leadership and Motivation video that'll come out on Friday. Sometimes we overthink things way too much. And if you keep it simple, that's the best way to do things. So again, thanks to Mike Johnson tonight. Check it out, 4836 on Route 233 in Westmoreland. Station 233, the Simple Bar, Mike Johnson and Cheryl Seymour, owner and business manager at the bar. Next week, I get back to the gym. No, not me personally, even though I should. But I'm going to talk to Garage Gym Oneida owner Bob Galinsky is going to join me on the show next week. Same time, Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Do me a favor. Make sure to go on my Facebook page and click on YouTube. Get on YouTube and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and then subscribe and click all. I'm trying to build the YouTube page up. I can't thank all my followers enough on Facebook alone. I think in the past 3 months, I've grown over 3,000 people. And some of the people on there, I don't know who they are, but I appreciate the following. But now I'm going to spend a lot of my attention on the YouTube piece. And again, I'll be coming back out with the business and leadership motivational videos, probably a video to 2 videos every week, quick, up to a 5-minute video. I'll be sharing that as well. So share it, like it, send it across all your family and friends. I really appreciate it. So on behalf of myself tonight, as I always say on Wednesday nights, the Rock Pile is where dreams become reality. Have a good week.